Okay, it should be starting. It's been quite some time since I've recorded a Google Meet. Actually had to throw out the first one I did because I couldn't remember how to stop it. But my name is Krista Ritchie. I teach two different subjects up here at Azle. If your student has me for chemistry, it's either first or second. And if the student's in our space, it's going to be fourth through eighth. Let me do a little background information about me. Pretty much everything I'm going to go over, you can access via the slideshow. If you don't have enough time to listen to the presentation, you should be able to find everything there. But this is my 15th year teaching. This is my second year here at Azle ISD. I graduated from Texas A&M College Station. I have a BS in molecular and experimental nutritional sciences. I have a chemistry minor, so I have lots and lots and lots of chemistry background. I've taught IPC, regular chemistry, what used to be called pre-AP is now called honors chemistry, regular physics, pre-AP or honors. We're still getting used to not calling it pre-AP physics. What am I forgetting? A little bit of environmental science for a very short period of time when we had a teacher that was sick, and then also for earth space. This is my second year teaching earth space. Let's see, Mr. Cobb gave us a list, because if I don't have an itinerary, I will go all tangential. Let's see, so I do live in Azle. I live actually right across the street from the high school. I have a daughter. She goes to Cross Timbers, so we're an Azle family, just like y'all. Okay, my conference period time. That's a little tricky for me. My conference is during third. However, I have a different teacher that utilizes my room. She sort of floats around to different rooms when there's nobody in there. So being able to make phone calls home during my conference period is difficult, but that is my conference period. So if you do need me to call you and speak with you, the best times would be before school. I normally get to school sometime between 7 and 7:30 once my kid gets picked up, or immediately after school. Now I don't, and I'll do tutorials at the same time too. I don't stay in the afternoon for tutorials because I don't like my child being home alone. So morning is better than anything. If it's absolutely necessary for an afternoon tutorial, it's not a big deal. I can have my neighbor watch her. Let's see. Conference period of time, tutorials. Okay, how the courses are run. Absolutely everything is done in Canvas. Now, I know that there is a way for parents to have access to monitor or maybe watch. I don't know what it's called, but you can see everything in Canvas. And I stress this to students left and right. We've had a lot of students out because of sickness, surgery, various reasons why students have been gone. Sarah, I'm making a video. Yes, you can have one of those. Oh, she so made me lose my train of thought. Oh, Canvas. So when you do access Canvas, and I tell this to my students all the time, do not use the dashboard button. If you select module, then everything is going to be set up the same way. You're going to see at the top, it'll have a week, like the week that we're in. And I always put the most recent week at the top. And then you're going to have a couple of different, like for chemistry, you'll see a periodic table. You're going to see a link for an app. If a student needs reading assistance, if they don't have that extension, there's a link there for it. But then you're going to have the day of the week, and you're going to have everything we do that day. So it's normally an opener, notes, an assignment. And then there is a recording from last year. I know it's last year, but there's a YouTube link. So if your student has ever gone, doctor's appointment, sickness, whatever, it's right there. Everything is, and then it'll start the next day, and we'll have that opener. And then sometimes it's a test review or a test, but the general format is the opener, the bell ringer, a link for the notes to fill in, whatever the assignment is that we're doing, and then a recording from last year's Google Meet, because we're not doing those. At least we're not doing those right now. Let's see. Everything is posted on Canvas. Now, in general, assignments are due the next day. Sometimes big projects are multiple day, but in general, we have assignment just about every day, and it's technically due the next day. I do add extended time in. A lot of my chemistry students do like to do, especially math on paper. So that has to be turned in. I'm normally really good about getting, once Once the assignment is officially locked in Canvas, normally the next morning I will pull it out, and then we have to physically move it from Canvas to the Ascender portal, student ascent, parent ascender. I can't even remember what it's called. We have a new system. The 2 grade books do not talk, so they don't immediately import. We physically have to pull them out of one system and put them into the other. So you may see, I'm not sure what it looks like on your side, but you may see like blanks. Those are assignments that have either been assigned or they're about to be assigned, but the cutoff has not happened. So as long as there's not an M and it's just blank, then I haven't put anything in there yet, probably because it hasn't hit the official cutoff mark. If your child is absent, especially extended absences, stuff will get locked in Canvas. When they return, I will give them what they are missing. Now, the things that are never locked are the notes to fill out and the YouTube link to do the notes. Those are always open. It's the notifications. It's the assignments that get locked. So if your student is out and is able to keep up with Canvas, I would recommend to try to keep up as much as possible. If it's not possible, then when they return, I know it's a bunch to give a student at once, and I know that they have 7 other classes. We'll take care of it when he or she returns. Everything else should be posted on my website. I need to update it from last year. I think it has it was my first year at Azel. It's my second year. Information about the class. Okay. So chemistry is, right now we're talking about the structure of the atom. Eventually we'll learn how to make compounds. There is a lot of mathematics. It's just sort of like crossing out units. It's called stoichiometry. The big word sort of frightens them a little bit, but we do a lot of math in chemistry. In earth space, we don't. A little bit, very, very, very little bit. It's primarily vocabulary driven. Grades. Okay, this changed from last year. Daily work is still 60%, but that what used to be a 6 weeks test, and obviously now we're 9 weeks. But that CBA, like that what used to be a 6 weeks test, is not 10% anymore. All of the major grades are 40%. So if there's major projects, obviously tests, that 9 weeks exam, now they're all lumped together. Also, a big difference is once a child has taken the unit test, not the 6 weeks exam. I'm still getting used to 9 weeks, not the 9 weeks exam. Like in chemistry, we're learning about the structure of the atom, and then we're going to have a unit test. Once that test has happened, obviously extenuating absences are not applying to this statement. They can't turn in work that was not finished. Oh, my computer's making bad noises. My computer sort of, it might get worse. I'm sorry, I'm shaking my computer. I don't think. Okay, well, that growling in the background is my fan. Ugh, sorry. But they can't just turn in missing work through the end of the 9 weeks. They changed that from last year. And I always tell my students, if they think that I made a mistake taking the grades out of Canvas and moving them over to the Ascender, just let me know. I try not to make mistakes, but I am human. So the easiest way to get in touch with me, since I'm not necessarily in my room, would be my Gmail, my Gmail from school. We do have 2 emails. We have one that the district uses that we get all of our school emails from. That one, it gets filled up really quickly. I'll try to keep up with it. So the best email for you to contact me would be crichey@g.azelisd.net. That's the one I tell my students to contact me with, because it's not flooded with all the other regular school emails that we get. So like I said, if you need me to give you a call, it's going to be before school starts, or it's going to be right after school starts. I don't make phone calls from my cell phone. And I'm not going to call a parent when there are students in the room or another teacher in the room, just for confidentiality. I won't do that. So if y'all have any questions or anything, please feel free to send me an email. If you want me to call you, let me know when would be a better time, before or after school, or possibly even during. No, I don't want to call during my lunches, and I won't eat. But feel free, if you have any questions, to let me know. And hopefully we'll all have a wonderful year this year.